忍びの時代は終わる。
螺旋が
A new arc has begins. Will this be a new sign that some new or old shinobi will show their roles? With spoilers, revealing Konohamaru as a Konoha ninja sent to Sunagakure village, we have come to the conclusion that this will lead to two possibilities. The first possibility, if only Konohamaru alone is sent, then that means he will be with Yodo and Araya to investigate and find detailed information about Gaara and Shinki, who have become trees. Of course, this will be a new arc with Yodo and Araya, and that also means we will not get some shinobi who will show their roles in this latest arc. Because once again, with Konohamaru being sent to Suna village, this is the beginning of a new arc, right? The second possibility is that if this new arc shows some new shinobi that will be sent by Konoha to assist Konohamaru to Suna village, then this will be a very fresh arc. We know that so far from chapter 1 to 15, we don't really get some of the roles of some of the previous shinobi, especially some of the shinobi from the Boruto universe. Meaning, the story is just too focused on Sarada, Kawaki, Mitsuki, and some Boruto allied shinobi, not comparing which one is good or which one is not. Every character in the Naruto universe, we always have strong chemistry between each character. For example, Kiba, Shino, Lee, Sai, Hinata, and others. Especially from each mission they carry out, each character, of course, each has a role and strong chemistry for each fan. Especially when their mission is to pursue Sasuke, who was brought by several ninjas from Otogakure village. But here I don't want to talk about them. And I mean, with this new arc, it would actually be a very good opportunity if some shinobi from the Boruto universe start showing their roles like Metal Lee and others. And again, so far, we have only focused too much on Mitsuki, Sarada, and others, whereas other shinobi have great potential to show some of their powers and roles. Maybe as an example of Metal Lee. He is the descendant of a ninja who has taijutsu that cannot be underestimated. Even the moment that makes us can't forget is during the Chunin exam, Lee versus Gaara. With taijutsu and speed, Lee is a ninja with very good potential. Even now, if asked who is the shinobi with a very epic battle in the Chunin exam, of course we will always remember the battle between Gaara and Lee, right? Then it would be a shame if his successor didn't shine as much as his predecessor. Besides Metal Lee, do you remember this guy? A ninja who looks a lot like Kakashi Hatake. One thing that attracted me to him was his similar appearance to Kakashi. Plus, he also has some jutsu, which was certainly good enough when he fought against Inojin in the Chunin exam. He is a talented shinobi like the members in the Anbu division. Even with his abilities, he can analyze and see situations in areas that are quite difficult to see. But if you want to see the details of the fight, sadly I can't show their fight here because it will be troublesome for me. But if you want to see it, you can look for the fight in episode 223. Besides Hoki, surely you won't forget this guy. Yep, Iwabe. He is highly skilled in using earth element techniques, Doton. He can also manipulate earth to create offensive and defensive attacks, such as creating earth walls for protection and changing the battlefield to disrupt the opponent's movement. And as far as I'm concerned, Iwabe is a shinobi with great potential, especially in physical combat and the use of earth elements. His advantages in strength and weapon techniques make him a reliable team member in combat situations. Although he is not as famous as Boruto or Sarada, his unique abilities make an important contribution to his team. And what if, in chapter 16, he contributes alongside Konohamaru and others to help carry out the mission in Suna village, especially if there's a fight against Matsuri. With his earth-based abilities and jutsu, it would be an epic battle if Iwabe faces off against Matsuri. And besides Iwabe, we know that so far in the Boruto universe, Shikadai is the ninja with the best intelligence and strategic skills compared to others. And of course we understand it because he is the descendant of the very genius ninja, Shikamaru Nara. But do you remember this guy? Yep, he is Denki. If in chapter 16 Shikadai's team does not participate in the mission to Suna village, Denki is the second choice to take Shikadai's place as a ninja who has the ability to strategize and analyze the enemy. Because as a quick thinker, Denki can also analyze the situation and devise strategies quite effectively. I can say this because he often utilizes modern ninja tools to compensate for his shortcomings in fighting skills. With the ability to be well-versed in technology and science, he is a competent ninja to help his team during the mission. But if we compare it with Shikadai, who do you think is the one who has the intelligence and ability to strategize well enough? Shikadai or Denki? And of course, besides all of them, there are still a lot of shinobi who have great potential and talent. By the way, I don't want to talk about ninjas in the Naruto universe. Of course, as Boruto fans, we need shinobi regeneration as their successors who have good enough abilities. To be honest, not a few of them complain and think that this is too bad, because some shinobi from the Naruto universe have not really become meaningful since the adaptation of the Boruto story. But as rational fans, of course we have to accept if this is a good enough decision to see their role in the new generation. And I really hope that in this latest arc there will be something that makes the fans surprised and not expecting, if there are some shinobi from the Boruto universe that support the storyline in this latest arc. And speaking of Metal Lee, Huki, and others, who are the shinobi that have good enough potential to give their roles in this latest arc, guys? I know that some of them are filler characters and not adapted to the story in the manga, but some of them, Metal Lee is a ninja who was in the main story of the manga before the Chunin exam. Besides that, Metal Lee also fought against Shinki when they were fighting for a flag. And on top of that, do some ninjas like Metal Lee and others not have a chance to adapt and fill in the main story? Of course, I believe this will happen if in the future there starts to be a big conflict, especially if some new arcs start to come. And that means I really believe that Chapter 16 is a very good opportunity for them. But if you can choose, which character would love to play a role in Chapter 16, guys? I'm waiting for your opinion, and maybe that's just a little theory in our discussion for Chapter 16, which will be released on the 20th, and most likely the leak will be published on the 18th or 19th. Don't worry, I will update as soon as possible for all of you. And if you enjoy, I would be very grateful if you give likes and subs as support. I'm Nim, see you at the Boruto Chapter 16 leak. Bye bye, Databayo.